Okay, I think we are on. Okay. Hello and welcome to Live Jazz Friday, number 7. This is your host, Saxy Matt, and I believe we are hosting to YouTube and Facebook this time. I was able to pair them. So we'll let a few people come on in and we'll get started. We got a great set list for you. Hope your Friday's been doing good. Hope your week's been good so far. So whether you're enjoying dinner, dessert, or your favorite drink right about now, we'll have a nice set of some jazz and standard music for you. Hey Foxy Wolf, how are you doing? Hi Dave, how are you doing? I just, let me know if you could hear me. I did a quick audio test just before I went on and it seemed to have been working, so let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Well, it's been hot here today and yesterday. It's been up in the 90s. Humidity hasn't been too bad, but yeah, it's starting to feel like summer. Oh, well, she could listen to the replay, Dave, and I got her song request, so I'll be playing that. Hey Ken, how are you doing? And unfortunately, I can only see the YouTube chat, but I think I see on my phone from a distance a Facebook message. So I don't know if that's John or what, but hi and welcome. We'll be starting in a minute or so. And you can leave or stay as long as you want. I'll be here for about an hour and a half. I think Bob from Misfits and Dreamers will be coming in here shortly, and a few others. So I usually play a couple of standard tunes before I get into the requests. So for those of you who are watching on Facebook, I was able to pair, I guess, my YouTube to Facebook through this app called Prism, and I've been doing these live jazz Fridays once a week. This is my 7th one now on saxophone, and then I've done about 5 others on keyboard. So all in all, I've been doing it for the past couple of months. So welcome for those who are listening on Facebook. So I got requests from my YouTube subscribers and a couple of tunes that I picked out, and since this weekend is going up to Father's Day on Sunday, I picked a couple of tunes that either talks about or has the word father or daddy in it, for Dad. So I'll play those. So why don't we get started? Hey Jan. Hey John. How you guys doing? So, well, speaking of Father's Day, the first tune I'm going to play for you has that word father in it. It's Song for My Father. Is a composition by Horace Silver. The original version by Silver's Quintet was recorded on October 26, 1964. It has become a jazz standard and is probably Silver's best known composition. So here is Horace Silver's Song for My Father. Make sure we're all good. Yes, we are. And for those of you on Facebook, I am using Band in a Box for my backtracks. That was Song for My Father. Oh, hello, Haunted Gamer. Glad you could join. Well, no one's made any comments about the audio, so I'm assuming that is all good to go. Oh, hello, Dale. Glad you could join us. So next on the list is a ballad. I always like to change it up, different speeds. So the next tune I'm going to play is The Nearness of You. It's a popular song written in 1938 by Hoagy Carmichael with lyrics by Ned Washington. The song debuted in the 1940 recording by Glenn Miller and his orchestra with vocals by Ray Eberly. Here is The Nearness of You. Let's change that to 2 choruses. And we don't need any melody. That was The Nearness of You. Hey Bob, how you doing? Nearness of You, Dale. Hey second chair, glad you can make it. Oh, hello Scott, glad you can make it. Oh, thanks for dropping in, Will and Dawn. Okay. Have fun at Pigeon Forge. Oh, great. I'm happy. It sounds good. Okay. So here's another tune dedicated to Father's Day. This is a nice minor blues in the concert key of B-flat minor. This 12-bar blues, One for Daddy-O, was written by Adderley's brother Nat for Chicago radio DJ Holmes' Daddy-O Daily. At the end of that track, Davis could be heard addressing producer Alfred Lyon saying, "Is that what you wanted, Alfred?" Adderley and Davis would also be heard together on the 1958 Columbia Records release Milestones, as well as the 1959 landmark Kind of Blue, one of the most universally acclaimed jazz albums. So here is Nat Adderley's One for Daddy-O. That was One for Daddy. I was actually playing the call and response. It's usually Cannonball Adderley on alto sax and Nat Adderley with the call and the response in that. So I just played them in two different octaves to simulate that effect. So now we're going to start getting into the requests. Oh, hey Mike, how are you doing? Yes, kind of, Scott. It is like a jazz version of that. Really good. The next tune I'm going to play is a request from one of my family members that I'm going to leave anonymous, but my grandfather always liked to sing this tune. This was probably his favorite tune. He had others, but this was probably his favorite that he'd like to sing. This is Pennies from Heaven, a good Frank Sinatra standard. Set the chorus again. No melody. Yep. Okay. The little 4-bar intro. Ah. Hey Sam, glad you could join us. That was Pennies from Heaven. And I think I briefly saw John, that I know in Aurora, liking the music. So thank you. I'm glad it's working on Facebook as well. I've been trying for a while to get it hooked up to Facebook, and I think I finally got it. So the next request we have are from Dave, known as British Tea Drinker, and the first two that he selected is an old jazz standard. I've played this before. I think I played this on the second or third live jazz that I did. Seems like forever ago. And this is actually one of Cashew Paul's favorites, if he is listening or will be listening on replay. Take the A Train was composed in 1939 after Ellington offered Strayhorn, which we're talking about Billy Strayhorn, who did a lot of Duke Ellington's arrangements, a job in his organization that gave him money to travel from Pittsburgh to New York City. Ellington wrote directions for Strayhorn to get him to his house by subway, directions that began, "Take the A Train." So this is Take the A Train. Oh, is Karen? Yep. How you doing, Karen? Oh, come on. Take that off. Fortunately, I gotta mute the melody instruments every time. It doesn't let you to do that ahead. There's Take the A Train. The next tune that BTD, British Tea Drinker, requested is a little more modern. I already did this tune once, and I think it was requested by Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla on keyboard, but I'm going to do it on saxophone. I found the backing track for it and music that is in the same key and works well with it. So, Smooth Operator is about a fashionable, devious man who lives the jet-set lifestyle. He is popular with women and breaks many hearts. The lyrics, coast to coast, LA to Chicago, Western Mail, across the North and South to Key Largo, love for sale, implies that he uses women to obtain his income. It is also clear that he does not hold sincere affection for these women. As Sade sings near the end, his heart is cold. So here is Smooth Operator. So, oh, and let me know in comments in this request, where you put requests, if you like this commentary. I think it works well. And I know when I play with my Dixie group, we always have commentary on the tunes. So let me know if this is something you'll like, and I'll keep adding it in. Because it's fun to research these tunes as well. So here is Smooth Operator. So that is Smooth Operator. Hi Daniel, how are you doing? Oh, hi Spaceman Dudley, glad you could join us. Where am I here? Ah. So this next tune is actually kind of a fun, let's say a fun tune to play. It's more upbeat. I actually just heard this recently, and I picked it recently. I want to add another one that paid homage to fathers and dads, or has the word dad in it. So I'm looking through, and actually the list that I found was, jazz songs that have father in it or something to that effect on Google, and a bunch of tunes came up. And one of them is an arrangement that Louis Armstrong did, and the tune I'm going to play is I'm a Ding Dong Daddy from Dumas. It's a song written and sung by Phil Baxter, accompanied by Phil Harris and his orchestra in 1928. It was originally named after the town of Dumas, Texas. Even though there was no music charts back then, it was still a successful song during the 1930s and 40s. The radio station KDDD-FM in Dumas is named after the song, hence the 3 Ds stand for Ding Dong Daddy. So here is I'm a Ding Dong Daddy from Dumas. Short but sweet. I'm a Ding Dong Daddy from Dumas. What are we doing on time? Oh, good. About halfway through the set. Good, good, good. next tune is a request by, I think, White Rich Karen, and she wants to hear Old Black Magic. So Old Black Magic is a 1942 popular song written by Harold Arling, music with the lyrics by Johnny Mercer. They wrote it for the 1942 film Star Spangled Rhythm, when it was sung by Johnny Johnson and danced by Vera Zorina. The song was then nominated for an Academy Award for Best Original Song in 1943, but lost out to You'll Never Know. So here's that Old Black Magic. That is Old Black Magic. The next tune I'm going to play for you is another. Let's see. Let me get that back to the beginning. There we go. So the next. Oh, thank you, Sam. Thanks, everybody. Next piece is a request by Danielle. Stranger on the Shore is a piece for clarinet written by Acker Bilk for his young daughter and originally named Jenny after her. The tune was written on a single scrap of paper by Bilk and handed over to Leon Young, who crafted the string arrangement, including the characteristic harmonic shifts at the very end. So, I have played this before in the beginning. I think this was possibly during the Dixie set I did, or just before. I did play it on clarinet. I typically play it on clarinet, but I'm going to play it on tenor sax this time for you. So here is Stranger on the Shore. There is Stranger on the Shore. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was in Mr. Holland's opus with the clarinet scene. That's oop. Actually, I didn't break the reed or anything. Nope, we're all good. Okay. So here's another tune that I selected for the Father's Day theme, and this is one that I really like. A really fine example of this. You should look up, I believe her name was Pat Suzuki. She sang a really great version of this because she was a Broadway singer and was in a lot of movies. So this tune is called My Heart Belongs to Daddy. It's a song written by Cole Porter from the 1938 musical Leave It to Me, which premiered on November 9th, 1938. So here is My Heart Belongs to Daddy. That is My Heart Belongs to Daddy. I thought I just saw... Oh! Well, thank you so much, Karen, for your contribution. Thank you. So the next tune is another request. We're going to do a little rock and roll sax right now by a famous tune by Carly Perkins. This was a request for from Kenneth Oakes and his pawpaw. So, Blue Suede Shoes is a rock and roll standard written and first recorded by Carl Perkins in 1955. It is considered one of the first rockabilly records incorporating elements of blues, country, and pop music of the time. Perkins' original version of the song was on the Cashbox best-selling singles list for 16 weeks and spent 2 weeks at the number 2 position. Here is Blue Suede Shoes. Oh, hello, White Witch. So I just got in. You just missed your request, unless you heard it. But if not, it'll be on replay for you. Make sure there's no... Yep, that's fine. And you're going to hear some trumpet and tenor sax backgrounds while I play. So, came with the style, so we'll keep it in there. Kind of adds a extra level to it, to this blues shuffle. That is Blue Suede Shoes. Oh, thank you, everyone. Okay, Daniel, I got your request. Well, actually, Dave, when you hear me growl, I am, in a sense, singing while I play. That's how you get that growl effect. Now, I sing the note that I play. if you sing other notes while playing, then you can get different harmonics. So if I sing a third or a fifth of the note to the degree, I can get different harmonics that way. But I can't play multiple notes called polyphonic. No, you can't do that. When you do that, you separate the notes by the airstream. Now, on brass instruments, supposedly, you could play polyphonic, but I've never even attempted that, and it sounds very bad. So the next tune I'm going to play for you is a more upbeat tune. This is a filler, and this is one that I've wanted to play for quite a while. I've practiced it, but really haven't played it in a live setting. We actually did this tune with the during my last year at the College of DuPage Jazz Ensemble. We had a guest, and it was a trumpet and a guitar feature while the band played the background. So I'm going to actually play the melody on this. This is from them. The album Them Dirty Blues is a Cannonball Adderley from the Cannonball Adderley Quintet, recorded in 1960. Here you will hear one of the tunes in the album, Del Sasser by Sam Jones. Oh, I do have a kazoo. It's packed away though. Del Sasser. So now we're gonna slow it down. We've been playing some upbeat tunes, so it's time to relax a little bit and unwind, which I'm sure this music has been relaxing and unwinding you anyway. This was a request from Rhonda, so even though she won't be able to hear it live now, again, she'll be able to replay it. So Dave let her know that I'm going to be playing this for her. She requested Georgia on My Mind. It's a 1930 song written by Hoagy Carmichael and Stuart Gorell, and first recorded that year. It has often been associated with Ray Charles, a native of the U.S. state of Georgia, who recorded it for his 1960 album, The Genius Hits the Road. In 1979, the state of Georgia designated it the official state song. So here is Georgia on My Mind. Oh. Well, she'll be able to hear it. Let's mute that again. And we're going to increase. We'll take a full solo. Georgia on my mind. So we go from a slow tune to now an upbeat tune. I'm sure everybody will recognize this. If you watched cartoons in the 60s, actually it's still played now on you could either find it online or on a cable channel called Boomerang. So I'm sure you kind of wondering, kind of know what series I'm talking about. Meet the Flintstones is the theme song from the 1960s animated television series The Flintstones. Composed in 1961 by Hoyt Curtin, Joseph Barbera, and William Hanna, it is one of the most popular and best known of all theme songs. With its catchy lyrics, Flintstones meet the Flintstones, they're the modern Stone Age family. So here is the Flintstones theme. Yep. That is the Flintstones theme. Well, we have finally come to the end of the set. I want to thank you for being here. And I will play one last tune for you. This is one that we've done quite a bit in the when I was with the Soundhounds before we changed over to the smaller group. This was usually an alto feature, but Tenor has played this as well. I think it's very sensual. It was played a lot in New York City, usually with girls dancing. And this was also made famous by Ray Noble, first in his orchestra. Oop. Here we go. Okay, so I want to thank you for being here. Always remember to keep a song in your heart, and I will leave you with a little Harlem Nocturne. Well, I might just have to go even longer, Rhonda. We'll see. I was starting to feel a little tired, but could have added more. But I will do that for next time. See, practicing, playing every week, building up the endurance slowly. So, well, I want to thank you for being here. I believe New Horizons is going to be coming on from the meet up at Pigeon Forge. So again, I want to thank you, and always remember to keep a song in your heart. And I will see you next week.